Hey there, and it's still Wednesday afternoon, and I've got more inspiration for you. So I am cleaning up my projects that I just finished from my last video, typed all that. That takes like a couple hours to type out all the supplies from this online store for that like add to cart option and post to Pinterest, post to YouTube, post to Facebook, all of that kind of stuff. But I know that you guys are Instagram too. Yeah, I know you guys follow me so well. So I want to make sure and keep doing what I'm doing, even if it takes time. And I never know like who needs to see something, like ideas for certain things. So I'm glad that it's out there everywhere for inspiration for people that need it. So this video is going to be a quick and easy card, and then I'm going to show you three. I'm going to make one card, but just show you the three other options that you'll have using the Regal Winter Designer Series paper. It is so pretty, and anytime there's pretty cardstock like this with like a busy design, I like to simplify it with like a focal point of a sentiment built up a little bit, put some ribbon on it, and then that is my goal to show you that right now. So let me get my camera turned around here, and you can see my cardstock. Now you can see my desk there. All right, here we go. I don't want to have this too close to my work area, otherwise it kind of almost makes your eyes want to go wonky. All right, so we have here, let me get my lighting better. And like I said, this is the Regal Winter Designer Series paper, and I've been doing lots with it. People love it. So you can see based on my strips kind of here what I have used, and it's got some Christmassy type patterns, as well as, and I won't go through it because I've already done that before, but if I start to pull out things like this, then you'll know that that's what it coordinates with, and different things. Like it has some Blackberry Bliss in there, which you guys love. And right now, if you remember back, I used that Blackberry Bliss ribbon with the gold trim on it. That was so, or gold satin edging or whatever, like, it had Blackberry Bliss and gold, and it was really pretty. And I think this matches so well too. I haven't done a lot with it, but I kind of had this laid out, and I've used it some. Where did I open it? The festive glimmer paper, and that's from the mini catalog. And so that has the nice reds and a couple different greens. So I kind of want to show you that. So we've got kind of the green that would go with lemon lime or granny apple green, and then we've got like the darker green that would go with like shaded spruce, or maybe even garden green or something like that. And then we've got the red. So I did cut out some, and I'll show you that from this for one of the cards. So these can go together, but not all the patterns go together with that. But I just wanted to kind of highlight that a little bit. So the sentiment, he heals the brokenhearted and builds and binds up their wounds, from Psalms 147. That is from Shepherd's Care. So if you watched earlier in my video, I used a lot of these stamped images from Shepherd's Care, from page 56 of the mini catalog. So that is where that comes from. And then this version, so I just chose different paper from that same paper pack. This is the Christmas version. I liked May the Beauty of the Season Fill Your Heart with Joy, because I wanted something that was maybe a little bit more Christmassy during the season, and Autumn Expressions, because I started to look for something because I liked the size of that. And here's my other card. So these two are very similar. All three are, but I wanted something along that size. And so when I was looking at some of my sentiments, I kind of covered up some of my glimmer paper that I wanted to show. And all of a sudden I looked at Autumn Expressions, and I'm like, oh, I was thinking fall, but May the Beauty of the Season Fill Your Heart with Joy. It's like perfect. So that's where that came from. And then I'm using this little leaf from Autumn Expressions stamp set as well. So that is from there. And then let me get started. Oh yeah, and these products are on page 35. So there's that ribbon that I was talking about, and the pretty paper. I actually went with other, this is shocking, I went with other embellishments other than the Regal foiled adhesive backed elements. And these are so pretty with that. And I love like the gold foil in there, but I just chose other ones. But I kind of wanted to show you that since I had them and had them out. And so my card today starts with, let's see, first, are people join me? Yes, Laura's there, and Lori, and Renee, yay, and Pam, very good. Thanks for joining in, guys. So my card base starts with that wild wheat color, and I feel like you either like it or you don't. I wasn't sure what I thought about it right away, put it that way, because I just thought it's either going to be one of those colors you think is going to be really bad, but you know that something's going to happen that's going to change your mind. And that's kind of how I felt with this. Like, I bet Stampin' Up's going to come out with designer series paper or products that are going to coordinate. And I love the richness of it. And my hometown's Wyndham, Minnesota. And so that actually pairs really well, like with, as I knocked over stuff to get it out, like my blue and gold high school colors, right? So anybody from the area might go, oh yeah, that's good for that. So it's kind of that, kind of the old-fashioned gold. Like if you think about it, I feel like sometimes the school colors have changed a little bit more to yellows or something like that, but that's what it reminds me of. And then I just grabbed this pattern and cut it 4 inches by 5 1/4. It does have a nice kind of plaid look of pretty peacock on the back side. So there's always that moment of, well, I regret that because maybe there's some kind of fall project that I wished I would have saved that pretty peacock plaid. I think of plaid and fall going together, but I'm really happy with the outcome of this, so no regrets on that yet. And then next I'm going to grab some ribbon, and this is that wild wheat, rustic striped ribbon. I always like to get the whole name in there. And then this is featured with the Autumn Expressions, which I just talked about, where the stamp set comes from on my Christmas card about may the beauty of the season fill your heart with joy. And this is really pretty ribbon too. I wasn't so sure, but there again, I thought this could make some really fun fall cards. And even though like this isn't technically fall, I just love how it coordinates with the paper. So you can see I felt like I got my bow up a little too high, so then I just kind of pucker my card that way so I can kind of mess with this a little bit without it ripping on the end. So that's my tip of the day if that happens to you. Okay, and now I'm just gonna cut that with my scissor here and give that a cut here too. Okay, so like I said, it's got some fun texture in there, and it even has some shimmer and shine. And I like to say that out loud because sometimes it's hard to convey that through my videos and through like what the camera picks up and catches too. So cutting this ahead of time, the Autumn Expressions dies has that thing that looks like it could be like a purse or a locket, and it kind of looks like this framed image. And with that, then what I did is I cut out from gold foil this, so I got 2 at a time. And yes, one's a little bit larger and one's a little bit smaller, but size wise there's not that much difference. I was more looking at, guess what, I can get 2 of these in one pass with die cutting. Do you guys ever like think like, yes, that's a big win some days? And I do a lot of cutting and die cutting for my classes, and like I said, I just had 4 within the last week and a half, so I spent a lot of time cutting, die cutting and such. So this is ready to go on my card. Hi Lynette, I was hoping to see you maybe at one of my classes this week, but maybe next time. All right, so this I'm just going to kind of center or off center off in the corner here, and then let's do a little bit of stamping. I just kind of picked up some of my pieces that were left over from the class to show you. I've got a 1-inch strip here of basic white, and hello Kirsten. I'm gonna ink that up with Pebbled Path. See if I can get that straight. Yes, very good. Even I surprise myself sometimes. Okay, so I've got that. And before I put that on, I'm just checking to see if I pop this up or not. This is Pebbled Path, so I chose that because of the ink and such. And even though Pebbled Path isn't listed in this paper, I love how it looks like it goes together. It almost has like a Pebbled Path early espresso type of hue going throughout that. I didn't see that that was listed as a color choice on the packaging, but I loved it together. And it's always fun to put new color combinations that you don't expect to go together, and then when it happens, that's always kind of fun. And then on this, I'm just gonna put a couple dimensionals. Look at this. You know, I do a happy dance when I've like used up a whole sheet of embellishments, a whole sheet of dimensionals. Maybe, there we go, a whole spool of ribbon. So like this is now used up. So I'm just gonna put dimensionals on the back side of this, and then just center that here. So yes, very easy to put together. I normally hear at my classes when I ask, hey, what would you like to see for ideas and such? And they always say, you know, this sounds dreary, but we really need sympathy cards. Everybody needs sympathy cards. So to have that was not a surprise. So I'm always trying to find something that not only a sympathy card, but something that can be used male, female. Sometimes I get a little too florally, but yet it's just nice to have them on hand. And so for my embellishment, once again, because of the Pebbled Path in color, these are the retired embellishments, but I love how it looked. I try not to use too much retired product, but I love, like I said, that it just kind of has a subtle look without being too, if it's going to be sympathy, you don't want it to be too bling bling, like you're happy about the occasion, right? Hi there, Janet. Good to see you on here. So that really ties in well together. And even these yellows, even though they look bright for the wild wheat, that would probably look okay, but I thought it might blend too much where we might not see it. So, and then I could have even went back to the Regal foiled adhesive back dots, which are supposed to coordinate, but I felt like out of the color choices offered, none of them really fit really well with that. So that's why I kind of just went my own path. And then the thinking of you, I like to show this stamp set every once in a while, and maybe I haven't for a week. That's kind of a joke because I do have it like at the ready. It's the Simply Said from the annual catalog. And for this kind of being sympathy, like he heals the brokenhearted, maybe it's not sympathy. Maybe it's somebody going through a tough time or just a thinking of you card. So I thought, let's get out the thinking of you from Simply Said. And so having that stamp set at the ready, it kind of just makes finishing cards a lot easier. So I'm taking my standard 4x5 1/4 basic white inside. I'm going to stamp that out in the Pebbled Path. And then, like I said, from Autumn Expressions, I just kind of like this leaf. Have that. And if I would have stamped it in green, I think it would have looked like kale or some form of lettuce. So yes. Oh, thanks, Lynette. Yes. And I know that coming to classes doesn't always work. So hopefully, yes, next time I will be in Medelia on February 3rd. So you can put that on your calendar already. I've got that date set for February. So hopefully I'll see you then. Thanks for chiming in. Okay, so that finishes that. So that's done. So that's my card number 1 that I did with this paper. And then let me show you the other ones and then what I did with changing it up. So like I said, out of that same Regal Winter paper packet, I loved like the gold in the insides of these white flowers. And so I had this ribbon on hand, excuse me, and I loved how it matched. It's not current. I just found that out because I went to add it into my class supply list and I typed in the number. Nothing came up, but I'm like, how do I have like 2 to 3 spools? Time to use that up, right? And I loved how it matched. And then I had these doilies. I don't know if you remember, not too long ago, Stampin' Up! Had large and small in silver and gold of the doilies. And so I thought, let's use those up. Like I said, I try not to use retired products too much, but I don't have anywhere to put new stuff if I don't ever get rid of the old stuff, right? And then I showed you that festive glimmer paper. So I use that same die as here from the Unbounded Love dies, and just cut that out of the festive glimmer paper there. And then for the embellishments, this time around, I went with the gold textured adhesive backed dots. So those look like this, 3 different sizes in the gold. And that would actually coordinate with that product too. These are current, so that helps. And then my third card, oh, and then the base is Cherry Cobbler for that. And then my third and last card, using same layout, so you can see it's all done the same. I use the other doilies. So like I said, the packages came in gold and silver, small and large. So I'm just using now the large instead of gold, silver. This is that pebbled path again. So that looks awesome with the Night of Navy and that same verse for sympathy. And then this ribbon is current too, and this is the sheer ribbon, and that is found in the annual catalog. We just looked that up at my Medelia class because people loved it. So very sheer. Oh, do you see the ladybug cruising around in my video? I don't know, maybe the camera didn't catch it. All of a sudden, I don't even know where it came out from. All right, so it does kind of show the color through there with silver edging. Very pretty. I love ribbon like that because it coordinates kind of with everything because the color shows through. And then for the embellishments, I think I went back, it looks like, to these, excuse me, to put on my project that way too. So there again, I could have used some of these. Excuse me, all of a sudden I have a dry tickle. I could have used these, but they kind of have some gold foil in there because that would coordinate with a lot of these things. But when I decided to go more of a silver gray theme, then I thought, oh, that's not going to work as much as I want it to. So that'll give you some inspiration. And like I said, oh, good, Lynette. I love that you put that on your calendar already. And thank you, Joyce. Yeah, today's a big video day. So yeah, you can see simple layout. Just cut down that cardstock. So each 12 by 12 sheet is going to give you 6 card fronts. And when everybody says, oh, I need sympathy cards, I love to show simple, easy, quick cards. So you can just take out a sheet of 12 by 12, maybe come up with 6 cards like in minutes, and then you're set for a while on that. So hopefully that helps with giving you some ideas on what to do with that. So I don't know what you guys are doing for the rest of your night, but I am going to now clean up this project and then take some pictures, post it for you guys so you have all the information and all the supplies, and then I'm going to pack. Tomorrow I leave for Okoboji. So if you're bored this weekend and want to head to Okoboji and see me, I'll have my pop-up shop there at the Lutheran Bible Camp by I think it's 1203 Inwan Street is the address. I don't know why I always remember it, and maybe it's because I always have to plug it in when I order Jimmy John's Thursday night because I think that's such a treat. So I always know it's 1203 Inwan Street, and in Milford, I think is the town name, like as far as being politically correct too. There's so many like in there, or maybe it's Wapaton. I'm not sure, but it's the Iowa, the Ingham Okoboji Lutheran Bible Camp. That's what you need to know if you're plugging it in. It'll come up that way. So yeah, I will have retired bundles of punches and stamp sets, and then designer series paper, hundreds of packages of that, and 12 by 12 cardstock. So anything that's retired and brand new and everything, but my bundle sets, those are stamps and such. Those are used. They're retired. It's like they've had their fun times with me. I want them to have fun times in your home too. So stuff like that. If you have any questions, contact me about that, but I'll be there Thursday, tomorrow afternoon through Sunday afternoon. So if you want to stop by and visit, it would be so fun to see you. And if you want to shop or just say hello, that would be fun. So that's what I'm going to be doing this weekend, but I hope to be back next week. I know it's Thanksgiving next week, but I have a project already lined up to show you, actually 2 projects. So hopefully I can get on at some point too, because I know it's going to be a busy week. I have a team meeting coming up next week. It's always fun to gather online and in person with my team. And so I have that I need to get ready for next week also. So take care and have a great weekend. Bye-bye.